What if I told you that for the next 5 months, beginning in early July, your nightly dreams will become more real, more significant, and more prophetic than your waking life? What if I told you that the 8 hours you spend with your eyes closed are about to become the most important part of your day? If that possibility sends a shiver of recognition through your soul, then you have been guided to the right place. This channel is your essential briefing for the profound energetic shifts happening on our planet, and to ensure you don't miss any urgent cosmic updates like this one. Take a moment now to subscribe and click the notification bell. You will want to be prepared for what is coming, because your dreamscape is about to transform from a random playground of the subconscious into a direct communication channel with your soul, your future self, and the universe at large. Asterisk, this is not a fantasy. This is an urgent spiritual forecast. The great planet Neptune, the master of dreams and the keeper of the veil between worlds, is about to begin its long, slow, backward journey through its home sign of Pisces. This is the most powerful dream-activating transit possible. When this happens, the veil between the conscious mind and the vast ocean of the subconscious and the superconscious becomes as thin as smoke. Your dream state ceases to be just a place for psychological processing. It becomes a literal meeting room for divine guidance. But this is also a warning. This is Neptune's first warning, because when the veil is this thin, the messages that come through will be urgent, important, and will require your conscious participation to decode. Ignoring what happens in your dreams for the next 5 months would be like ignoring direct calls from your own soul. The information you are about to receive nightly is essential for your path forward. Today, we will prepare you. We will give you the map to this new, mysterious dreamscape, so you can understand the messages, navigate the challenges, and use this period as the profound spiritual masterclass it is intended to be. Part 1. The 3 types of prophetic dreams you will experience during this Neptune retrograde. Your dreams will intensify and begin to fall into 3 specific, high-frequency categories. Learning to identify which type of dream you are having is the first step to understanding its message. The first type, the timeline preview dream. You may soon find yourself having dreams of extraordinary realism and detail, where you are simply living out a normal day in the future. You might dream of having a specific conversation with a friend next week, walking into a new job you haven't yet been offered, or feeling the emotional texture of a life in a different city or a different relationship. These dreams will feel less like stories and more like memories of a future that hasn't happened yet. This is a timeline preview. This is your higher self, your divine intelligence, giving you an energetic test drive of a potential future. The quantum field contains infinite possible timelines, and before you make a major life decision, your soul will often give you the opportunity to feel the frequency of a potential path. You are not just seeing a future, you are experiencing its emotional reality. The purpose of this dream is to help you make choices from a place of felt experience, not just logic. When you wake up, the most important question to ask is not what happened, but how did I feel? Did that future feel expansive, joyful, and peaceful? Or did it feel restrictive, heavy, and anxious? Your feeling is the data. The dream is the research. This is your soul, giving you insider information about your own destiny. The second type, the symbolic guidance dream. These are the more traditional, highly symbolic dreams that are rich with archetypes, animals, and recurring motifs. You might dream of a snake, a key, a locked door, a soaring eagle, or that you are back in school taking a test. During Neptune retrograde, the symbolic language of the universe will become incredibly potent. This is your spirit guide team communicating with you in a way that bypasses your ego. The ego mind is very literal, but the soul speaks in the poetic language of symbols. Your guides will use these symbols to offer you guidance on problems you are facing. However, it is a mistake to rely solely on generic dream dictionaries. The most important meaning of a symbol is the one it holds for you. The key to decoding these dreams is to become your own symbol dictionary. When you wake up, write down the main symbol, for example, a river. Then, instead of looking it up, ask yourself, what is my personal connection to a river? What does it feel like to me? To one person, a river might feel like peaceful, flowing movement, go with the flow. To another who fears water, it might represent overwhelming emotion. The feeling is the key. A snake might mean healing and transformation, the rod of Asclepius, or it might mean deception and hidden danger. Your personal, emotional resonance with the symbol is the message. Your guides are using your own internal language to speak to you. The third type, the visitation dream. This is the most sacred and often the most profoundly healing type of dream you can have during this transit. You may have a dream where you are visited by a loved one who has passed away, or you may find yourself in a classroom of light, being taught by a being you recognize instinctively as a spirit guide, an angel, or an ascended master. These dreams have a distinct quality. They are hyperrealistic.com and filled with an almost tangible feeling of unconditional love and peace. The communication is often telepathic, clear, and deeply reassuring. Understand that this is not your mind creating a fantasy to comfort you. This is a genuine meeting on the astral plane. The veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is so thin during Neptune retrograde that it becomes much easier for these higher frequency beings to connect with you in your most receptive state, sleep. They come to you now for a reason. They come to offer love, reassurance, guidance, and sometimes urgent warnings or information to help you on your path. Cherish these dreams. Write down every detail you can remember. The messages you receive in these visitations are pure, unfiltered wisdom from the other side, offered to help you navigate your journey. Part 2. The shadow side, navigating deceptive dreams and nightmares. Neptune, as the great dissolver, does not discriminate. Just as the veil thins to allow divine guidance through it, also thins the barrier to our own unhealed fears and the chaotic static of the collective unconscious. Therefore, it is crucial to understand that not every intense dream is a prophetic message. The Neptunian fog can create mirage dreams. These are dreams that play on your ego's deepest desires. You might have a vivid dream of winning the lottery, or of a toxic ex-partner returning and apologizing for everything. These dreams feel good, but they are a form of spiritual escapism, a fantasy created by your own longing. They are a test to see if you will get lost in a beautiful illusion rather than doing the real work in your waking life. Similarly, the fog can amplify fear, dreams, and nightmares. Because you are an empath, your dream state can become a sponge for the collective anxiety of the world. You may have terrifying dreams of natural disasters, of societal collapse, or personal attacks. These are often not prophecies. They are a psychic purge. Your energy field is processing and releasing the fear it has absorbed from the world around you during the day. So, how do you tell the difference between a true prophetic dream and a deceptive one? The key is the feeling upon waking. A true guidance dream, even if it was strange or about a difficult topic, will leave you with a feeling of clarity, significance, and a clean, high vibrational peace. You will wake up feeling like you have received something important. A fear or illusion dream, on the other hand, will leave you with a heavy, sticky feeling of anxiety, confusion, and dread. You will wake up feeling tired, unsettled, and energetically dirty. When you wake up from a nightmare or a deceptive dream, you must perform immediate energetic hygiene. Do not lie in bed and ruminate on the images. The moment you realize that dream was low frequency, sit up and say aloud with authority, "I release all energies, illusions, and entities that are not of my own highest truth. My mind and my dreams are sovereign territory. I am clear." Then, get out of bed immediately and drink a full glass of water, visualizing it cleansing your system from the inside out. This conscious act reclaims your power and cleanses your field. Part 3. The Master's Practice. How to become a conscious dreamer. This Neptune retrograde period is not something to be passively experienced. It is a 5-month spiritual master in dream work, offering you the chance to move from being a passive dreamer to an active, conscious co-creator with the universe. The key practice for this is dream incubation. This is a sacred ritual to perform before you go to sleep. Set your intention. Get a journal and pen and keep it by your bed. Before you get into bed, take a moment to get quiet. Decide on one single, clear question you would like guidance on. It could be about your career, a relationship, or your spiritual path. Write this question down on the paper. Be as specific as possible. The sacred request. Hold the paper with your question over your heart. Close your eyes and speak your request aloud. Say, "Tonight, I call upon my highest self and my benevolent spirit guides. I ask that you deliver the answer to this question in a dream that I will remember with perfect clarity upon waking. Thank you." Place the paper on your bedside table. The morning download. The moment your alarm goes off or you naturally wake up, do not move. Do not think about your day. Do not check your phone. With your eyes still closed, scan your mind for any lingering images, feelings, or phrases from your dreams. Then, immediately, reach for your dream journal and write down everything you can remember. No matter how strange or fragmented, these first few seconds are when the connection to the dream world is strongest. Then, throughout your day, look for related to what you wrote down. The answer may not have been a literal plot, but a symbol you wrote down might suddenly appear in your waking life, giving you the confirmation you need. The most important clue is always the feeling. Trust the emotional resonance of the dream over a logical interpretation. This Neptune retrograde is a gift. It is an invitation to explore the vast, magical landscape of your own consciousness. Your waking life is where you process the information, but for the next 5 months, your dream life is where you will go to school. Honor your sleep. See your bed not just as a place of rest, but as a sacred altar for divine communication. Your dreams are about to become your most trusted guide. Listen to them. And so, you now have the map. You understand the landscape of the coming dream time. You can identify the types of messages you will receive, and you hold the key to consciously ask for guidance through the sacred practice of dream incubation. You are prepared. But we must address one final crucial piece of this journey. What is the ultimate purpose of all this? What good is receiving this profound nightly wisdom if it does not fundamentally change your waking reality? This is the secret that must be understood. The ultimate purpose of this prophetic dream state is not to create a beautiful escape you visit for 8 hours a night. It is to gather the blueprints from the divine realm so that you can begin to build that magnificent reality here in the physical world. This entire 5-month Neptune retrograde period is a grand spiritual project. Your dream life is the planning phase. Your waking life is the construction phase. This final chapter is about how to bridge those two worlds and integrate your soul's wisdom into your conscious life. It begins with a great reframe of the entire event. We started this journey with a warning, and it was necessary to get your attention. But now that you are aware, you can release the fear and see this transit for what it truly is, a divine gift of authenticity. The Neptunian fog is not descending to confuse you. It is descending to dissolve your reliance on external validation. It is here to make the noise of the outside world so unreliable that you are forced to finally, completely, trust your internal compass, the compass you now access every night in your dreams. The intense, prophetic dreams are not just messages. They are your soul's loving strategy to bypass the limitations of your own ego. Your soul knows that you might be too scared, too logical, or too programmed by past failures to accept a radical new path. If it were presented to you in your waking life, you would find 1,000 reasons why it's not possible. So, your soul introduces you to your magnificent potential in the safety and boundless freedom of the dreamscape. First, it lets you test drive your purpose, feel the frequency of your true soulmate, or experience the peace of your healed self, so that when these things begin to appear in your physical reality, you will recognize them not as a shock, but as a familiar homecoming. This entire period is a cosmic accelerator for your authenticity. It is designed to lovingly dissolve the life you think you want, to make way for the life your soul actually came here to live. Your mission for these next 5 months, therefore, becomes clear. It is threefold. First, you must become a sacred scribe. Your primary duty is to honor the messages you receive. This means placing a journal by your bed becomes a non-negotiable, sacred act. A forgotten dream is a love letter from God left unopened. To write down your dreams is to say to the universe, I am listening, I am paying attention, I value your guidance. This act of reverence alone will cause the messages to become even clearer and more frequent. Second, you must become a pattern seeker. One dream alone may be a single puzzle piece, but over weeks and months, as you review your dream journal, you will begin to see the patterns. You will notice the recurring symbols, the repeated emotional themes, the consistent guidance. This is how you discover the core message your soul is trying to send you. You are not just a scribe. You are a divine detective, uncovering the great mystery of your own highest path. Third, and most importantly, you must become a courageous actor. A blueprint is useless if the architect never builds. The final step is to take one small, brave, tangible step in your waking life based on the guidance you receive. If you keep dreaming of painting, your only job is to go out and buy a single canvas and one tube of paint. If a specific city keeps appearing in your dreams, your only job is to open a web browser and research it for 5 minutes. You do not need to know the whole plan. You just need to take the next indicated step. This is the crucial act of grounding, the magic. It is you telling the universe, I trust your guidance, and I am ready to co-create with you. For the next 5 months, you are not just a human who dreams. You are a soul having a human experience, using the dream world as your sacred classroom and your waking life as your canvas. See the beauty and the power in this. Embrace the mystery. The universe is about to tell you all of its secrets. All you have to do is go to sleep. If this message has awakened you to the power of your own inner world, I invite you to subscribe and continue this journey with us. This channel is dedicated to providing the tools and guidance you need to navigate these extraordinary times. Thank you for your presence and your courage to explore the magnificent universe within.